Welcome to the Reality Trifecta podcast. I am your host, coming to you live from my office as always, and today we will be going over Survivor 49, Episode 8. In this episode, we start off with everybody coming back to camp after a very chaotic tribal council where lines have been drawn and knowing who flipped. So, Savannah and Rizzo and Sophie B, they are the suspects that are at the bottom. Savannah is trying to figure out how she's gonna get out of that funk. So, you gotta do what you can to not be at the bottom. So we see her talking to people as if her life depended on it. Then we get to the challenge where there's gonna be this group formula where now we have 10 people, so there's gonna be 2 groups of 5. Whoever wins, last the group standing, they are safe for the entire episode, where the losing group, they have to go to tribal council. They did the same thing with Survivor 44 and 47, so these are my favorite kinds of tribal councils, where a certain group of people are going to tribal council where another group doesn't have to participate at all whatsoever. And throughout the episode, we see Savannah be at her lowest of lows, telling Steve her story, and she is saying, I gotta make a name for myself. I have to. And during the challenge, she ends up winning immunity and wins it for her, the group that she's in. Her group is now safe. So the 5 people who are not safe are MC, Sophie S, Rizzo, Joanne, and Sage. They are the 5 that goes to a different beach to strategize as to who they're going to vote out at tribal council. Whereas the winning group, they enjoy deli sandwiches, which are my favorite food. Not deli, but sandwiches in general. I prefer Wawa over Sheetz. Just making that clear. But when Savannah's group is at the camp where they're enjoying their food, she ends up going to a place where she has an advantage and wins immunity. So her advantage is that she goes to the other group's beach and be there to strategize with them and participate in tribal council with them. But there is a catch. She gets to decide whether she keeps her vote or she votes with them. If she decides to keep her vote, she'll have the 2 votes in the future, an extra vote, if I may. Or she can vote with them and have her game just be a normal game. It's beneficial to have an extra vote. So you get to tribal council. We see Nate as the first juror. He's all shaved up. That's what Ponderosa does for you. He's wearing his fancy film producer hat, which is awesome. He's been looking pretty sharp. Then at tribal council, you see everybody having a live tribal as to how to decide to vote. Everything has changed ever since Savannah came to their camp. Then the strategizing for everybody was different. It's like saying you have a toilet. You have the pipes where all the waste is flowing correctly. Whether you have Savannah, who is the waste that's blocking everything in the pipes. That is my analogy. I'm sorry if that sounds wrong, but it has to be the most accurate analogy I can come up with. You have Sophie S. at Tribal Council saying, hey, I'm willing to work with you for the 4 Yulee members. Literally willing to vote out MC if she has to. And there's suspense going on as to whether or not Rizzo gets to play his idol. He doesn't. So for him to inflict fear into other people has been working out for him in his game. So the Yulee members gave in and they decided to take up Sophie S.'s offer and they voted out MC. The last 2 episodes, we've seen the tallest contestants get voted out. That's heightest. I'm sorry, I was trying to be funny. But MC throughout the entire season, she played a really great game, and it was very interesting that she tried playing her own game, but in the long scheme of things, it wasn't going to work out. She was a good contestant. I also forgot to mention throughout the episode, in the first half, Christina finds an idol, just a regular idol. We barely seen Christina throughout the season, except for her telling the story about her mom and her passing out before one of the tribe swaps at the challenge. But she ends up finding an idol. 2 people know about it. Mainly we see Alex be like, hey, this could be a good benefit for my game. I could help Christina out with it. Or if there will ever be a time where I'm in trouble, I have no shame in throwing her under the bus. So there was that. Something to keep an eye on. And this is the end of this recap. I thank you all so much for listening, and I hope you guys can subscribe to this YouTube channel to listen to more podcasts like this in the future. Thank you, and have a nice day.